Onko sinulla tarve ammattipalkkasoturille? Siinä tapauksessa palkkaa Aki Tavasti ja TMI. Palveluksiimme kuuluu muulaistorjunta, riskihallinta, aarteen metsästys, vakoilu, populaatiokontrolli, kuninkaan murha, vallankumous. Älä odota, vaan ota yhteyttä heti. Huomio, vastatarjous voi johtaa sopimuksen päättymiseen.
Olipas paska mainos.
Niin, pappi, sulla oli meille asia. Matthew. Matti.
Good day.
Joo, oliks sulla mitään muuta?
Glad to see you're still willing to help, and there's always much to do around here. Though if you're looking for a journey like the one you've just returned from, then I'll have to disappoint.
Pray before heading back out. You'll need the luck.
Hei, mikä tahansa mikä auttaa.
I won't have you cleaning this hall, so worry not. I have a more pressing need for a newcomer like yourself. Our lord, Mortifain, has been scheduled to meet with an advisor from the Divide. Morosa dares not attend herself, lest our lord brings out her worst. So this small conference will be our opportunity to mount pressure on Mortifain, such that he will forego his tyranny for a moment, bringing even further opportunity for reform.
Okei. Elikkä mä tuun vartioimaan teidän poliittista puhettanne, tai siis keskusteluja. Ihan vaan seisomaan varmaan tai jotain.
You're becoming a great friend to the people here, and I've come to trust you myself. A final word of advice. Should Mortifain become enraged, don't interrupt him. In fact, I advise remaining quiet entirely. I only need your presence. I'll meet you there.
Okei.
Good fortunes.
Elikkä tehtävä seiso ja ole vaan läsnä. Mä oon täysin varma, että onko se dialogi kuulostaa jotenkin pienemmältä otsakkina. Magic music, menus, armors, weapons, hall steps. No, ehkä se on tosta. Selvä, simppeli vartiointihomma, riskihallintaa. Kuulostaa ihan hyvin meidän MO:hon. No niin.
I could go for a pint right about now. Come on, what you say?
Well, what is it, advisor? The hag couldn't speak to me herself.
Morosa has become increasingly distressed following the rumors and supposed activity within this town, and has talked with the royalty of Evermore to discuss the claim of this fiefdom and your position in it. If you do not cease with the disruption of trade, your privileges will be relinquished.
Enough. You barked well past your merit. Tell that dog-faced shriveled old bitch that if she meddles any further with this town...
Please, Mortifain, consider what you're saying.
Did I grant you the luxury to interrupt? Trust me with my name again, and your neck will be kissing the axe.
Yes, I am sorry, my lord.
Then you, advisor, relay the message to that crone that if she dares poke her nose within armament again, her bridge will fall into the current below.
Understood. I will part with your words so she can hear them.
No, mitä helvettiä tää nyt tapahtuu?
Exactly what I expected. An attempt to squeeze blood from stone. Mortifain, in all his wisdom, has deemed it fit to sever ties with our neighbors. Now we wait for Morosa's response. And be assured it will not be pretty. All these years, and our lord has become even more bitter. He'll never forget what happened all those years ago. Was it her death? Or is it the state of this town? Both?
Eikä se olisi hyvä asia, että Evermore, tietsä, astuu tähän keskelle.
Quiet. Have the sense not to call for such sabotage while we're watched. Though your proposition brings another idea.
Ja se on.
Rumors have stirred about an important individual, a descendant of Mados, and from what we know, he resides not too far from the kingdom's capital. The hamlet nestled to the west of us, called Tabandra.
Ja miten tää on tärkeetä?
Image, my friend. The armor we've maintained from Mados' fatal excursion still shows its majestic craft after all these years.
Okei. Mä menen etsimään hänet.
Evermore is a very welcome change of tone from the dreary scenery here. Been a long while since I've made the journey there myself. Hope you don't get too comfortable upon those lush knolls, though. We're pressed with an urgent concern. A gathering of witchmen to the north are engaged in some communion. Nothing before has been quite like it. And if whatever they conjure up comes marching down the valley, then we'll need all our allies. Farewell.
Mitäs täällä tapahtuu?
You came from Arnhem, or are you one of those ridden with plague?
Out of the damn way!
Joo, mä tulin Arnimasta. Mitä täällä tapahtuu?
The afflicted brother. They used to stay among themselves, but now they're turning sour, attacking any wanderer on sight. Lucky I was here for you.
Mä voisin olla avuksi. Onko... Jos... palkkio on... tarjolla?
Evermore has more than enough gold for every mercenary willing to risk his grubby neck for coin. And yes, a situation has arisen that calls for you. A feral beast stalks the paths of the hamlet next to Evermore. Witnesses claim that the beast is stricken with the same sickness as the others here.
Mies, peto, deitra. Ne kaikki löytävät loppuunsa mun käsistä. Valmista se palkkio.
Very good. Return alive, and there will be ample amounts of gold and more awaiting you.
Nice. Brutolta. Okay.
Those Redguard vultures are finally gone. That's one less burden we have to deal with. You were with the Imperials at the outpost, right? Killed all those damn orcs off? I hope you made them suffer.
You are right.
Mitäs... Mitä te teette tän Ruton kanssa?
Scorch near every sickly horse we've come
Takes
across.
their puking
So
heads
yeah,
off with one
we're
good swing.
managing. Though their numbers don't seem to be dropping, they damn gain another 2 for every one we light up. God knows how many still live out there.
Maybe
And
you
we
don't,
can't be
but I'm
sending any
smarter
more
at
lads
that.
on
I
their
go
way.
through their pockets
Don't
before
want
I
any
burn.
more of us falling
Septum
foul
by
to this
septum.
box.
Slow and steady does it.
Tarvitteko te apua? Mä oon palkkasuturi, niin mä voisin jeesata. Näettekö te sen mun mainoksen siellä Arniman stagelle? Ei ollut mikään halpa, niin mä otan vähän... Mä voisin tarvita vähän töitä.
How convenient. Yes, friend, we do need some help. You see, these orange skins aren't content with rotting away in some hole. They're turning vicious, lashing out and coughing their lungs out to anyone who draws near. And that bile they vomit can burn down to the bone. We thought the gear the kingdom supplied could protect us somewhat, but we soon learned otherwise.
Jatka vaan.
You may see where I'm going with this. Had a friend who caught the worst of their venom. Must have been sprayed through his visor. Now he's vanished, and had no clue to where till recently. News surfaced that he's cozening up with the stick just north of here, up in the ravine. Too many afflicted for us to do anything just yet.
Okei, ja mitä te haluatte, että mä teen asialle?
Now all we need is some information, get him to spill his agenda. And as you should expect, you're not going to go barging in there with sword in hand. So a friendly talk, all we ask. You capable of that?
Joo, totta kai.
Gift of the gab, not gift of the blade. Keep it calm and it'll go smoothly. And if that option's not open, then take this. Pop the flare if you sense trouble high enough so we can see. I'll send the boys over to cover your escape. Good luck. Keep safe.
You alright?
Alright. No, pari hommaa just tässä sopivasti lähellä ennen kuin me assutaan tuonne kaupungin sisään. Hoidetaan nää. Kari. You know, tehdä pari hommaa tuolle kaupungin vartiostolle ja ne mitä muutavasti iloisemmin. You know, favor for a favor. Joo. Jengi kuollut ruttoon. Skiveri syönyt sitten mässäily ruumiilla aika mukavasti. Refuge. Hello. Oot sä nähnyt ihmissutta täällä viime aikoina?
You mean that infernal oblivion spawn? We can hear him howling at night, bringing back fresh victims to devour. Helpless saps stand no chance.
Miten mä pystyisin pääsemään käsiksi siihen?
There's a body out back in the pasture. You might want to start there. Seems the gods are battling over that beast.
I see. Massiiviset leikkaukset vatsan ja selän. Ei vaan. Vatsassa ja käsien selässä. Opin puolustusasennossa ennen kuin skinnaa. Joo, käytetään tuota ruumista peittinä.
Just about feel my knees giving out with all this crouching.
The beast is dead. Tulin auttamaan sieluja täällä.
It'd be wise to find some shelter. I want to be outside when it's pissing down.
Papit on tekemässä hyvän tekeväisyystehtäviä. Mä tulin Maran avun takia. Mitä nyt? Okei. Okay. Yes. Joo, mä todellakin näytän papilta.
What do you need?
Sä näytät olevasi tän sakin pää.
Should probably ditch this hunk of iron. Doesn't take much to command authority other than a full set of armor. So yeah, guess I'm somewhat of a leader. And you? Didn't just wander in with an absent mind, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Maran temppeli lähetti mut nähdäkseni, että mitä mä voin auttaa teitä.
You know, I was curious why we haven't seen them skulking about. Those arsonists, that is. Thought the dogs were hatching some plot to raise this dwelling of ours.
Papit on kutsuneet heidät takaisin.
What a relief. Finally, the priests have gotten through to the military. Not often does that lead to good. Yet they're desperate to seek a cure. A cure that won't come about through burning those who may carry it. All right, missionary. How do you plan to help?
Mä tarvitsen siis informaatiota teidän toiminnassa täällä, ja millaisia henkilöitä ja mitä suunnitelmia, you know.
You know what? Before we give up such personal details, maybe you can do something for us. It's not enough to barge in proclaiming divine guidance and expect us to submit. We need something else, more tangible. Since you've been sent by the priests, you must have some sway with them. Else they wouldn't feel confident sending you. Now, I know for a fact those priests hoard a good number of potions to slow this malady. Their crests were found on each package that was sent over when I was still part of the kingdom. Now, you can have a word with those priests, get us those potions, and we'll get into the nitty-gritty here. Got that?
Okay.
Good to hear. And, you best not tell the priests about the specifics of this charity case. They may be men of mercy, but politics and beliefs don't mesh.
Yeah. Hei, teidän rohtonne, kuten pyysit.
Let's have a look at them. Pure, distilled. Nothing seems to be floating in there. Was expecting you to bring me vials of piss. Glad you kept your word. Now I'll have to get these to those bedridden. May give them a few more months.
Joten, takaisin siihen mitä sä olit sanomassa. Mitä suunnitelmia teille on tälle paikalle?
Look around you, missionary. This isn't a place one can live out their years. We have to find more land for food and people. Because if it isn't this sickness that claims us, then it'll be starvation. A far worse fate than burning, I assure you. Since this plague is bringing more souls to this little get-up, we're gaining more sway. Sway that we can use to leverage some type of deal with the city south.
Ja mitä te ehdotatte heille?
Get them to pull back their butchers and have us settle some land east, upon some fertile stretch. They can wedge us between the many knolls out there and have us out of sight. If it means we can live on without the threat of a painful death.
Ja entä jos he kieltäytyvät?
It took 4 days for this affliction to fully turn me into the very people I slaughtered. I could have coughed my lungs out to my brothers in arms while they dozed off. I didn't, but it could have been so easy. This plague could have run rampant through their kingdom, yet it didn't. All through my loyalty to that banner. Now, if the kingdom seeks to spurn its loyal subject, then loyal it ceases to be. They need to remember that they're not the only plotters out here.
Ja noi uhkat saattaa tuottaa kyllä enemmän kaaosta.
My time in exile has not been an idle peace. Many plans have been dwelled on. For contingency purposes, of course. What I'm saying is, they'll get theirs if my deal is turned down. Trust me on that. See you around.
Noita miehet. Merirosvot. Hammerfellistä. Exilit. Nää rutolliset. Poliittiset ongelmat Merosan ja Mortifeinin kanssa. Jestas. Tässä kuningaskunnassa ei tunnu mikään menevän oikein tällä hetkellä.
You all right?
Joo. Se luopio tuntuu hankkivan voimia palatakseen kaupunkeihin.
Damn fool. What does he hope to achieve in sending his sickly crew against the walls? Does he wish for death? Now, as per our order, he has to be cut down, as well as those who colluded with him. We can't entertain even the threat of this disease breaching this gate.
Ei, mä oon tehnyt mun osani.
Cheers for the help. I was hesitant that you performed this well, but here you are with everything I asked for. Have this for a good day's work. The gate's open to you, for now. Plenty of vices to blow your coin and evermore. You can trust me on that. Don't cause any trouble now.
Barrikaadit heti ensimmäisen.
Is there ever a smile to be found among the guard? The gloom of the east is behind you. Live it up and enjoy Evermore.
I just can't get used to it. Evermore has become so wealthy. If you saw this city some 30 years ago, you would have thought that a dragon break had taken place. It's just not natural to change so suddenly. Where did all the
If I
wealth
were the
come
cynical
from?
type,
Why is
I would say
the
these
reach so
priests are
distinct,
using us to
like
do
an
their dirty work.
ever-pervading squalor that you can never erase?
40 feet of solid stone tower to separate us from that despairing land. Force the world's woes from your mind and relax. Besides, this disparity cannot be contended. Our privileges are birthright. We are the gods chosen. They wouldn't bless us with such pleasures otherwise. Those born beyond Mara's gaze will never feel her radiant warmth. And who are we to argue against our most benign mother? And if we're being honest, the city can do without their stench.
Watch it. There's good men back there, just brought down by a whole slew of bad. You must be right, though. This is a just world after all. No one would suffer if they didn't deserve it, right?
No!
Is there ever a smile to be found among the guard? The gloom of the
Ensimmäinen asia, mikä tapahtuu, kun pääsen Evermore, on siinä, että tuntuu heti ensimmäisenä, että kaupungin jäsenet on snopeja. Tietenkin jos tää asiat on hyvin ja no, nätimmässä kunnossa. Mitä? What the fuck?
Yes?
What? Kari! Näit sä? God damn fucking ghosts over here. Vittu haamuja, jumalauta.
You alright?
Ei, märkä.
Yes?
Käydään nyt ensimmäisenä löytämässä sen Mados. Eiku, no se Madoksen jälkeläinen. Vihreät metsät, täynnä eläimiä ja kasvistoa.
Look who's fresh.
Show you. Over.
Going places, wrecking faces.
Ja silti täällä on kuitenkin näitä exileja. Näyttää siltä, että myöskin niinku siellä paremmissakin... Näyttää siltä, että sillä paremmalla puolella, aina vihreämmällä puolella, ei kaikki kuitenkaan näytä olevan täysin hyvin.
Yeah.
Rados. Mados ja Rados.
Be on your way.
Hello Rados, mä olen Aki Tavastialainen. Mulla on sulle viesti Arnimasta.
Good day. Nice to see you people haven't been overrun by plague. The moment I hear you cough, though.
Tää on sun isoisästäsi, Madoksesta. No, tarkemmin hänen panssaristaan.
Oh, by the eight, not again. Will my children be expected to become fabled heroes too?
Joten sua on etsitty aikaisemminkin.
A dozen times at least. And my father before me. Each time someone's horse is stolen or some exile's mugger merchant.
Joo, no musta tuntuu, mä vähän epäilen, että Mados varmaan olisi välittänyt semmosista.
Tell me about it. They claim to respect him, yet they put him on display in death. Deny the old man burial for years. You seem alright. And I do hate to make you a bearer of bad news. Let me fetch you some wine for your trouble.
Ei, Rados. Sun pitää tulla mun kanssani. Ootko kuullut noita miehistä?
Who hasn't? Why?
No, ne ei oo ihan omiansa. Jotain outoa taikuttaa liikkeessä ja jotain outoa ja synkkää. He ovat valmiina tekemään liikettä Arnimaa vastaan.
Dark magic. That actually sounds worthy of Mados. You know what? You're right. Last thing I want is to go down in history as Rados, twice as tall and twice as yellow as any. I'm in, friend. Lead the way.
You know, haluan kysyä. Millainen Reach oli ennen, tietsä, kaikkea tätä? Ennen noita miehiä ja örkkejä?
That's simple. There was no Reach before that. The Reach is, and always has been, its people. And the Reachmen haven't had a calm night in centuries. Orcs, Witchmen, Nords, Bretons. And it's not like the Bretons themselves get along.
Mä luulin, että mä jätin sisällissodan Skyrimiin.
You wish. There's a bleeding mess of a kingdom next to ours called Wayrest, and some 14 years ago we went to war with it. King Uta, also called the Owl.
Hänen viisautensa takia, oletan.
Nay, his cheeks. Well, Uta had some beautiful daughters, you see, each one from a different queen. And King Sigmund was quite fond of one of them. Something Uta wasn't too fond of himself. In the span of 2 weeks, more than 1,000 men were dead on both sides. Such was the war over a princess's canny.
No. Kaunis nainen on hyvä syy.
Not when she's 9 years of age.
Mitä? Oh.
Damn near cost his majesty his head. During one of his visits, Uta had Sigmund taken prisoner, and his retainers banished from the kingdom.
No, se on aika hyvä syy estää sotaa vastaan. Miten hän pakeni?
Aye, some weeks later.
Small wonder he wanted to see Wayrest go up in flames after such humiliation. I was levied 3 days after, and a week later, the army was well on the move towards Wayrest. Must have looked weird back in Evermore. Couldn't do it before, so many of his own men were slaughtered, it seems. Funny thing is, I've always hoped to visit the city of Wayrest as a child. Now I'm partly to blame that I never will.
Kerro mulle siitä sodasta. Ne 2 viikkoa, mitkä sä mainitsit.
Nasty is the word that comes to mind. We were outnumbering them 6-1, but the skirmishes were so fierce, our Aventuriers had set the countryside ablaze with their spells. Those were windy months, so by the time my unit had reached the city of Wayrest, the smoke was everywhere. And let me tell you, war is hard enough even when you can breathe.
Toi kuulostaa aika rankalta. Mitä tapahtui Wayrestille sen jälkeen, kun ne antautuivat?
Nothing good. The trade had stopped, the crime ran rampant, and in the following years not a corner remained in the entire realm that wasn't raided and sacked. Today one of the base's largest cities is not even worth conquering anymore, and half our military has to guard the border against those who blame Evermore.
Okei. Mä ihmettelen, miten Sigmeen onnistui pakenemaan.
That's no wonder. It was broken up by the hand-picked squad of scouts. They crossed the border wearing burlap robes and posing for pilgrims. One of them, a devout priest of Mara running an orphanage, paid some guards off to see the molester king and spit in his face. Made quite a scene, you can imagine. He also passed Sigmane a scroll of recall with a mark already placed in the woods nearby. Not a single drop of bloodshed.
Ja sä tiedät tän... Miten?
Well,
If I were the cynical type,
it
I would say
wasn't me
these
who
priests
told
are
you
using us
this,
to do their dirty
but a
work.
certain scout commander from Arnima kind of came up with the whole plan.
Jakos.
Wasn't me who told you, friend.
Sulla on hyviä ystäviä Arnimassa. Ystävät tarkoittaa varmaan jotain tällaisessa paikassa.
Well, I wasn't planning on leaving my friends, you know. I was leaving the town Ravenspring had become.
Okei. Anyways,
All right.
nähdään Arnimassa.